Mass extinctions, those profound upheavals in Earth's biological tapestry, have punctuated the planet's history with dramatic episodes that reshaped the course of life. The 5 major mass extinctions, the Ordovician, Devonian, Permian, Triassic, and Cretaceous, each stand as monumental markers where biodiversity plummeted, ecosystems collapsed, and new evolutionary pathways emerged from the ashes. As we stand at the precipice of the 21st century, the question arises, could Earth be heading for another catastrophic event? To understand the potential for a 6th mass extinction, we must first delve into the historical context of these past events. The Permian-Triassic extinction, often referred to as the Great Dying, remains the most catastrophic, wiping out approximately 90% of species. This event was likely triggered by a combination of volcanic activity, climate change, and oceanic anoxia. The Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, which famously eradicated the dinosaurs, was precipitated by a colossal asteroid impact, leading to a cascade of environmental changes that the existing species could not withstand. Each of these events was characterized by a confluence of factors, often involving dramatic shifts in climate, habitat destruction, and the introduction of novel environmental pressures. Today, the planet is witnessing a similar convergence of threats, many of which are driven by human activity. Climate change, habitat destruction, pollution, overfishing, and the introduction of invasive species are all exerting unprecedented pressures on ecosystems. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, estimates that over 1 million species are currently at risk of extinction, a staggering figure that underscores the urgency of the situation. The Anthropocene, a term used to describe the current geological epoch, emphasizes humanity's profound impact on the Earth, suggesting that we are now the architects of our own potential extinction event. Climate change stands as one of the most significant threats to biodiversity today. The planet's average temperature has risen by approximately 1.2 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century, with projections suggesting a further increase of 1.5 to 4 degrees Celsius by the end of the century if current trends continue. Such changes disrupt ecosystems, alter species distributions, and exacerbate the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. Coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are particularly vulnerable. Ocean acidification and rising temperatures have led to widespread coral bleaching, threatening the myriad of species that depend on these ecosystems for survival. If current trends persist, we could witness the collapse of coral reef systems, which would have cascading effects on marine biodiversity. Habitat destruction is another critical factor contributing to the ongoing crisis. Deforestation, urbanization, and land conversion for agriculture have led to the fragmentation and loss of vital habitats. The Amazon rainforest, often dubbed the lungs of the earth, is experiencing alarming rates of deforestation, with vast swaths of forest being cleared for cattle ranching and soybean production. This not only threatens the myriad species that call the rainforest home, but also has profound implications for global climate regulation, as forests play a crucial role in sequestering carbon dioxide. The loss of biodiversity in these habitats diminishes the resilience of ecosystems, making them more susceptible to disease, invasive species, and other stressors. Pollution, too, poses a significant threat to biodiversity. The proliferation of plastics in our oceans has reached crisis levels, with millions of tons of plastic waste entering marine environments each year. This debris not only harms marine life through entanglement and ingestion, but also disrupts entire food webs. Chemicals such as pesticides, heavy metals, and pharmaceuticals contaminate ecosystems, leading to declines in species populations and altering reproductive and developmental processes. The impact of pollution extends beyond individual species. It can destabilize entire ecosystems, leading to shifts in community dynamics and the loss of ecological functions. Overfishing highlights another human-induced pressure that could precipitate a mass extinction event. The oceans, once teeming with life, are now facing unprecedented levels of exploitation. Many fish populations have been pushed to the brink of collapse, with some species experiencing declines of over 90%. The removal of apex predators disrupts marine food webs, leading to imbalances that can ripple through entire ecosystems. The decline of keystone species such as sharks and tuna, not only threatens their survival, but also jeopardizes the health of marine ecosystems, which rely on these species to maintain balance. Invasive species, often introduced through global trade and travel, further complicate the picture. These non-native species can outcompete, predate upon, or bring diseases to native species, leading to declines and extinctions. The brown tree snake in Guam, for instance, has decimated native bird populations, while the zebra mussel has wreaked havoc on freshwater ecosystems in North America. As global trade continues to expand, the risk of invasive species introductions increases, posing a significant threat to local biodiversity. The convergence of these factors creates a perfect storm for global biodiversity. The current rate of species extinction is estimated to be 100 to 1,000 times higher than the natural background rate, a phenomenon often referred to as the biodiversity crisis. This alarming trend raises the specter of a sixth mass extinction, one driven not by natural cataclysms, but by the very species that has the capacity to understand its impact, humans. Yet, amidst this dire landscape, there is hope. The recognition of the biodiversity crisis has spurred global action and advocacy. Initiatives such as the Convention on Biological Diversity aim to protect and restore ecosystems, while organizations dedicated to conservation work tirelessly to safeguard endangered species. Rewilding efforts, which seek to restore ecosystems by reintroducing native species and rehabilitating habitats, offer promising avenues for recovery. The establishment of protected areas, such as national parks and marine reserves, provides sanctuaries for species at risk, allowing ecosystems to recover from the pressures of human activity. Moreover, the growing awareness of the interconnectedness of ecosystems and the services they provide has led to a shift in how we approach conservation. The concept of ecosystem services emphasizes the benefits that healthy ecosystems provide to humanity, from clean air and water to pollination and climate regulation. This recognition underscores the importance of preserving biodiversity, not just for its intrinsic value, but for the well-being of future generations. Technological advancements also hold promise in the fight against biodiversity loss. Innovations in biotechnology, conservation genetics, and remote sensing are enhancing our ability to monitor ecosystems, understand species interactions, and implement effective conservation strategies. Citizen science initiatives engage the public in data collection and monitoring efforts, fostering a sense of stewardship and connection to the natural world. Education plays a crucial role in cultivating a conservation ethic. By fostering an understanding of the importance of biodiversity and the threats it faces, we can inspire individuals and communities to take action. Grassroots movements advocating for sustainable practices, such as reducing plastic use, supporting local agriculture, and conserving water, contribute to a broader cultural shift towards environmental stewardship. However, addressing the biodiversity crisis requires systemic change at multiple levels. Governments, businesses, and individuals must work collaboratively to implement policies that prioritize sustainability and conservation. This includes transitioning to renewable energy sources, promoting sustainable land use practices, and supporting international agreements aimed at protecting biodiversity. The urgency of the situation demands that we move beyond incremental changes and embrace transformative solutions that address the root causes of biodiversity loss. In contemplating the possibility of a sixth mass extinction, it is essential to recognize that the future is not predetermined. While the pressures facing biodiversity are formidable, the collective actions of humanity can alter the trajectory of our planet. The choices we make today will reverberate through the generations to come, shaping the ecological legacy we leave behind. As stewards of this planet, we have a responsibility to ensure that the rich tapestry of life continues to thrive. The lessons of the past remind us of the fragility of existence and the interconnectedness of all living things. We must heed the warnings of history and act decisively to protect the biodiversity that sustains us. The narrative of life on Earth is one of resilience, adaptation, and renewal. Let us not close the chapter on this story, but instead work to ensure that it continues to unfold in vibrant and diverse ways. The fate of countless species hangs in the balance, and it is within our power to tip the scales towards hope and restoration. In this pivotal moment, we must embrace a vision of a future where humans coexist harmoniously with the natural world, where biodiversity is celebrated and protected, and where the lessons of the past inform our path forward. The potential for another catastrophic event looms large, but so too does the opportunity for redemption. By acknowledging our role as both the architects of destruction and the guardians of life, we can forge a new narrative, one that honors the intricate web of existence and champions the myriad forms of life that share this planet with us. The call to action is clear, and the time to respond is now.